So on the day that they decided to have the elderly people leave, some families were leaving because they didn't want to have to go through barricades, you know, on their own. It was an arranged thing that they were going to leave by the Mercier Bridge. And I don't know why they let the crowds build up, almost let it leak. Oh, the Indians are trying to leave. Not everybody, you know. The warriors who were, at the time, the Warrior Society, who were manning the blockades, were not going anywhere. They were like, okay, we're gonna, you know, we need this. Some of them need to seek medical attention. But instead of just being like, quietly open it and go, they let crowds build up and like stop them. Wait till it, you know, which made no sense. So the crowds got there and we hate you for blocking our bridge. So, you know, they start throwing the rocks because there was all construction. Every year that bridge is under construction anyway. So they're picking up debris, big giant rocks, and smashing as many cars as they can. Like, where does this happen? In Canada? Yeah, it does. So of course, my mother's car happened to be one of the cars that were hit. And, you know, not her. She was strong at the time and determined. And no, she doesn't get hit. My elderly grandfather gets hit in the chest with a rock, you know. So instead of, my Aunt Vera's daughter had a house in a town across. That's where we ended up all going. Like after I finished my first day of college that day, going to sleep at Susie's house, you know, there's nowhere else to go. And I guess we could have stayed in hotels, but we didn't have money for that. So it was, you know, she was like, come stay here. Of course, everybody. And so that day I got home from college. I didn't even really know what was going on. I was so focused on, okay, my first day of school, get to their house and they start telling me what happened. And I was so mad, like, you know, now I have to go see my grandfather in the hospital. Like, why? And there's nothing you can do. Mm-hmm. You know, you're just so upset. And, you know, and the funniest thing is my grandfather is not even Wehue. You know, he married my grandmother. They lived on the reserve quietly for their whole lives. And he was such a nice man, you know, like, he liked to tell jokes and he had a funny accent because he's French Canadian. But, you know, he was a sweetheart and he was in such like poor shape at the time. Really, you know, poor health for him to get hit with a stone. You know, so instead of him being there when I got home from school, we got to go to the hospital. And he was there for quite a while. And he, you know, good thing he recovered, but, you know.